So here's my thought. All YouTube intros are really loud and in your face and really exciting. Thought maybe I should do something different. Open it up slow, boring. But if I did it, this video would be 20 minutes long and it should only take about 3 minutes.
That's a whale.
I'd really started getting stressed.
That's like, oh my gosh.
Tickled to death.
How's that to start your morning?
Well, that was freaking awesome. That was so cool. So here's what we're doing. We're fishing on Cherokee today, and I'm sitting here thinking about, oh man, I'm so excited for March and for the weather to warm up and the fish to get really hardcore pre-spawn where we can catch them on jerkbait. And there's still fish to be caught before then. It'll be here soon enough. But it's still late winter for sure. The water temp everywhere that I've been lately between Loudon and Cherokee and Chickamauga has all been between 40 and 45 degrees. So, late winter essentials. This is what I think you gotta stay strapped with. And we'll make it quick. You're not watching fish catches, so it's not as exciting, but it may be very much more useful. Alabama rig. Not exciting at all, because everybody throws it. But there's a reason. I think back to a Costa that I fished as a co-angler with J.W. Marino, the one and only. And I'll never forget, this was right after the Alabama rig craze, maybe a year into its existence, its known existence in the bass world. And he said, you know what? If you throw that Alabama rig, you look like an idiot. But if you don't throw it, you are an idiot. So sometimes you just gotta throw it. It's the same one I was throwing at Chickamauga, except this is the Picasso 3-wire one. I hadn't thrown it until the tournament day. I just get paranoid about fish hitting the dummies, so I figured I'm just not gonna put any dummies on there. And just use the spinners. And I still actually think that I had one that just bit a spinner. But anyways, I like the gold. Usually if the water's clear, I'll throw the silver instead, but I haven't really thrown much today, so I've kept it tied on. There's number one. Number two, that's 4. 2. Unessential, all the time, but I've caught a couple on it today, smallmouth wise. I won't throw this if I'm fishing for largemouth in the winter very often. That's not completely true, but I'll throw it a lot if I'm fishing for smallmouth. So this is, obviously, the turd worm, the Ned rig, on a head that I haven't thrown before. It's a mustad, triple grip pin. It's their, I guess it's their only Ned rig one I know of, but I like the little mushroom shape. First time I've thrown it today. I don't like it. It's a little bit heavier than I normally throw. Fish it kind of deep, 20 or 30 feet or so. Icos, Soul 7. It's an ALX. Big ALX fan. Not sponsored by them, but I like them a lot. I like it. First time throwing the white braid. I like the colored braid just because it's easier to see, and white's just a little bit different than yellow. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, an East Tennessee essential. If you're not from East Tennessee, this may not be a thing. I really don't know. I'd imagine it is some places. A little tight line deal. Biggest one I've hooked today came on this. I watched him spit it back at me about 3 feet to my left. Yeah, it's just a Berkeley Gold minnow with like either a 16th or an 1/8 ounce head, whatever you're feeling. It's a little choppy, a little breezy today, so I've got it on an 8. And I've got it on an 8-pound line. A lot of people like to throw it on 6. I've even seen people throw it on 4, but that would scare me to death. So I throw it on 8. I don't ever throw anything on less than 8. I don't think hardly ever in my life. I'm gonna keep it to 5 because we could talk all day, potential scenarios, but boy, you gotta talk about that one. That's one of my favorites. So I like to throw a DT6 and a DT10, but like everybody does, and a lot of people like to throw these bandits. But a bandit in a root beer or in there's a bunch of colors, but root beer's my favorite. Smallmouth love it, largemouth like it. They don't love it, they like it. I'm kidding, they do love it. But I'm a huge fan of that. This is actually one of my favorite rods of all time. It's a Magnum rattle trap rod that Luz makes, and yeah, it's great for rattle traps, but it's good for cranking, it's good for chatterbaits. I throw pretty much everything on it. So anything cranking, anything winding, Magnum rattle trap rod, highly recommend. 10 out of 10. But that one, tough to beat. 12 or 15 pound. I think I've got 15 pound on this, so I just came from Chickamauga. So cranking. You get some stable days, the same places you like to tight line at, get right up on the bank and crank. A Little John or a Rapala or a Bandit. You can do a lot of different things. It's probably gonna work, at least a little. Okay, last but not least, number 5. You could say a jig or a jerkbait, but I really haven't been throwing those much lately. I should be throwing a jig more. You should always throw a jig more. But this is something where if you throw it, you're like, well, duh, you have to mention it. But if you don't throw it, you're like, oh, why would you say it's the same thing as the last? No, it's not the same thing as the last thing, just because it's crankbait. Shad wrap. I mean, this is also something I feel like gets thrown more in East Tennessee than anywhere else. But, I mean, this is the OG color. I know, the crawdad color. I really end up throwing like shad and little white and chartreuse just as much, if not more than these. Or the little craw, like the little green craws, or the, little root beer craw. Anyways, oh, so good. It's so good. That's all you gotta say. There's really nothing to say about it. But this one, been playing with the suspend dots on it. I need to put a couple more on it. I really just need to upsize the hooks, get the hooks a little bit heavier. I like them suspending. I'm like just barely floating, if floating at all. I'd rather them just completely suspend and me have to go get them and get hung up more often than them just floating. Because this one right now, even with the 3 suspend dots on it, yeah, it's still floating way too fast. So, anyways, there's your 5. Did I leave some out? Yeah, probably. But my 5. This is my 5 that I'm throwing. If I had to go to Chick or Cherokee, I didn't know where I was going, or Douglas, or Loudon, or Watts Bar, or, I don't know, anywhere, and I could only take 5 things, and I didn't know where I was going, it's probably the 5 I'd take. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That Ned rig, at least this time of year, has replaced, I don't want to say it's replaced a jig in some scenarios, but it has. I can feel better with it. I can fish deeper with it. Anyways, it doesn't matter why. But that's what I've been liking throwing. I'm enjoying it. Maybe it helps you. If it does, subscribe. If it doesn't, then maybe don't ever watch another video again. Yeah, I could be useless to you. So, anyways, fishing. More fishing. Coming up so soon. I can't wait. I cannot wait. But for now, we're going to get out of this little backwater thing. If we're not stuck. Mose, let's go. Oh my goodness, look at the deck of my boat. Never mind, we're just going to clean this up. Thanks for watching.